50% is confirmed by Social Security, as mentioned right here in this release, which will be impacting all beneficiaries except for one group, which we will identify here in this video. But this is incredibly important because Social Security continues to change their mind time and time again so far this year, and this is yet again another one of those instances where they've changed their mind in a big way. Now, the reason that this is such a big deal is because this is directly impacting, number one, millions of beneficiaries, and number two, most importantly, the benefit checks for these millions and millions of people. Well, we're going to be talking about this release right here, exactly what they're saying here, and the confirmation of the 50%. And I'm also going to identify exactly who this does not pertain to. However, I want to point this out. It pertains to most beneficiaries. However, there's about 7.4 million beneficiaries, give or take a little bit, that it actually does not pertain to. But again, I will identify all of that here in this video. Now, super fast, I have a quick question for you. As I film this video right now, we are in the first half of 2025. What do you think the second half of 2025 is going to bring? Now, it's still a few weeks away as I film this video right now, but I'm just kind of curious. What do you think the second half of this year is going to bring? Have you felt like the first half has been a little bit eventful? I'd love to hear from you down below in the comment section. If you feel like sharing, if you don't want to, that's totally fine too. But anyway, I love reading your comments. Okay, so we're going to talk about this release right here, and I want to be 100% fair with you. I have talked about this before in other videos. However, there's a lot of questions out there. I've seen it in headlines all over the place. A lot of beneficiaries reaching out to me saying, hey, like, am I included on this? Am I not included? Can you break this down further? And I don't blame you whatsoever. We've seen so much back and forth out of Social Security this year. There's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of confusion. No wonder why so many beneficiaries are wondering what is going on. Like, what's happening with our monthly benefit right now? I'm right there with you, right? A lot of things have changed. A lot of things have been reinstated, only to be pulled back time and time again. It's all over the place. Anyway, let's pop this up right here, right now on the screen so you can see exactly what it is, and we can talk about the details of this. Now, I have had, I'm not sure if it's actually this article or if it's a different one. There's a number of articles out there. I'm just pulling this one up. It could be the same one that I shared with you before in another video. It could be a separate one, but they're all very, very similar. Okay, where to even start with this? Okay, remember back in March, they reinstated the 100% garnishment, okay? It went into effect the end of March. Got it. SSI beneficiaries remain at 10%. However, we've got this. This is an article talking about an emergency letter that was sent out internally within Social Security, right? So Social Security staff received this notification on April 25th. It was going into effect, okay? So April 25th, that's a while ago now. But anyway, on April 25th, internal memo, and again, indicated here, this internal memo is basically saying within the Social Security staff, we're not going to be reinstating the 100%, but rather we're going to be reinstating only a 50% garnishment of benefits in the event of overpayments, right? By the way, I've shared with you before in other videos, well, in just one video actually, I brought you the actual emergency letter or the note or memo that actually went out into Social Security staff, and I popped it up on the screen in a previous video so you can actually see what it says, but that internal letter honestly doesn't really make sense to a lot of people simply because it's an internal letter. It has all the jargon for Social Security agents and the people within Social Security that understand it, but for like the public, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, right? But anyway, I wanted you to see the emergency letter, the memo that went out within the Social Security staff so you could see exactly what it said, and I brought that to you in a separate video. But this is just an article. Okay, either way, it's not the official emergency letter, which, again, I've brought to you in other videos, but this is just an article talking about it, okay? Anyway, the point being is that previously, last year, for about a year's time, they had a 10% or $10 garnishment to benefits in the event that somebody's overpaid, right? However, that was in place for about a year. Then they reinstated the 100% garnishment. That was in place for about, I don't know, 4 weeks, not even 4 weeks. Yeah, about 4 weeks or so is in place. And then they rolled it back again with this internal memo here within Social Security stating that they're not going to be doing the 100% garnishment, but rather a 50% garnishment instead, right? So again, no wonder why so many people are confused. And now, well, we've had this for a while now, but I've talked about it recently as well, is that lawmakers are coming out suggesting, oh no, we got to reinstate it back to 10%. Could you imagine this if they go back to do that? I mean, how confusing would this be? We go from $10 or 10% to 100% to 50% and then possibly back to 10%? Like, what? What was the purpose of all that in the first place, right? All it did was cause massive confusion and disrupt a lot of people's lives that it really didn't need to in the first place, okay? Anyway, now, at the beginning of the video here, I did mention that there's one group encompassing about 7.4 million people that are not included on this. Who are these individuals? SSI beneficiaries. SSI. So if you are an SSI beneficiary, again, roughly 7.4 million, it's give or take a little bit, it's changing all the time, but supplemental security income beneficiaries, which are still administered by Social Security, have been forever. But if you're receiving these benefits, these are locked in no matter what happens. They continue to remain at a 10% garnishment in the event of an overpayment. No more and no less, 10%, okay? So that's the one nice thing about SSI is that they've remained at 10% this whole time. So all the roller coaster going up and reinstating and going back down and cutting and all these different situations, SSI has remained at 10% this whole time, okay? And by the way, the other day in that emergency memo that I shared with you in the video, again, the internal memo that went out within Social Security that I shared with you, within there they talked about Title 16 benefits. What's that? Title 16 is referring to supplemental security income, SSI benefits, okay? That's what they mentioned in the memo, the internal letter that went out. Just SSI or Title 16 benefits will remain at a 10% garnishment. Again, only in the event of an overpayment. Now, is this going to impact everybody? No, not even close. It's going to impact a few million people. Okay, that's what it comes down to, is a few million people that will be impacted by this, because not everybody's overpaid by Social Security, but there's a few million people out there that are, and this is what it comes down to, okay? Another thing I want to point out really quickly, they mentioned in the memo there, the internal letter, that all overpayment letters going forward, basically April 25th, dated April 25th or after, would be granted at the 50% garnishment. Okay, that's what it said there in that letter. So April 25th and after, overpayment letters that are dated then would be subject to the 50% garnishment, not the 100%. Is that going to make sense? So there's about a 1 month time frame in there where it sounds like, I have not been able to get clarity on this at all, by the way, just being real with you, but it looks like from March 28th until basically through April 24th, whoever got an overpayment letter then, wow, they really got the short end of the stick. Reason being is, it sounds like, based on what I'm reading and based on the information that I'm finding here, those individuals that got the overpayment letters from, again, March 28th until through April 24th would be at the 100%. So that's really rough for them. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it that says otherwise, but basically they just indicated the 50% would be from April 25th and beyond. Yeah, are you confused yet? Exactly. It's very, very confusing because they keep changing the rules. That's why. I mean, conceptually, it's not that hard to figure out. I mean, it's super easy to understand conceptually, right? The problem is they have all these different parameters and they keep changing the rules. They keep flipping and flopping all the time. That's what's making this thing so confusing for so many beneficiaries. Anyway, I hope this helps you understand the situation. And again, I'll keep you posted on anything going on right now. I know, it's very weird out there. Anyway, I look forward to reading your comments down below. Otherwise, if you need more certainty right now and you want to save yourself a bunch of confusion, a bunch of headaches, and a lot of frustration, check this out right here. This phone number right here will connect you with a dedicated team of trusted advisors to help you with all of your Medicare needs. And again, doesn't matter if it's Medicare supplements, Medigap plans, Part D plans, Medicare Advantage, initial enrollment into Medicare, whatever it happens to be, this phone number right here is number one, your exclusive phone number for all of you right here in this community. It'll connect you with a dedicated team who's waiting to talk to you right now and waiting to help you. A simple 5, 10, 15, maybe 20-minute phone call could possibly get you way better coverages and maybe even save you a boatload of money. Certainly worth asking. That's my motto. I say it all the time. Ask. You wouldn't believe how much money you can save by simply asking. It's like the most powerful thing out there. I ask for stuff all the time. Ask for a discount. I call, ask for different things. Reason being is, nobody's going to call you Nobody's going to call you and be like, hey, I found a discount for you. You want to take advantage of it? Nobody does that. That's not a thing. You got to call and you got to ask. Anyway, check this out right here. Phone number right here. Team of trusted advisors. And again, they've helped thousands of you here in this community. A lot of people have saved a lot of money. In fact, the average senior is saving $1,100. Obviously, that's not guaranteed, but that's the average savings for the average senior that's working with them. That's real money that we all need right now. Anyway, what they're going to do is look through all the 20+ thousand plans across the country, isolate it down into the plans in your local area, and they will work diligently to find you the best plan at the best price with the best coverages for what you personally need for your personal situation. We all need something very different. And again, they'll find the plans so you can see the doctors and the providers you want to see, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you want to go to, even the prescription needs if you have any at all. They'll find it all, find you the best option, hopefully save you a ton of money as well, and get you the best right coverages. Just imagine, how good would it feel to finally have the right coverage and the best coverages for you rather than just some plan and you're always worried, hey, am I covered on this? Are they in network? Are they going to pay for this or that? Yeah, that's the power of having the right plan rather than just some random plan. Anyway, make sure to write the phone number down. Here you go. Phone number right here. Write it down. Take a picture. Take a screenshot. Whatever you got to do. And they're waiting to help you right now. Give them a call, and they will go to work on your behalf. It's totally free, by the way. All right, anyway, if you know anybody else in this situation that also needs some help with their Medicare, again, initial enrollment in a Medicare, whether it's happened to be supplement plans, Medigap plans, Part D plans, Medicare Advantage, whatever it happens to be, please share that phone number with them. Friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, parents, coworkers, your social media. Anybody that needs that assistance, please go ahead and share that with them. And then when they save a bunch of money and get a better plan, they can come to you and say, look, you saved me all this money. You're a hero. Thank you so much for doing that. And maybe they'll treat you to an ice cream cone or something. I don't know. I'm just saying. It might be pretty cool, right? All right, anyway, thank you so much for being here. Please go ahead and share that number. Otherwise, if you're new here, if you've not done so, please consider subscribing. Please share the video as well. There's a big share button right down below the video. Feel free to share this video. Otherwise, check out the other 5,000 plus videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or popping up on your screen here in just a minute. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, until next time, please have a nice day. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you again soon in the very next video.